It has beheld proud cities with gleaming towers. It has been witness to both good and evil, the works of honest people and the conspiracy of knaves.
It has seen marching armies, long blasted villages, and the destruction that raceth at noonday.
Now, unsullied from its tireless journey, it comes to us, messenger of the morning, harbinger of a new day. Thank you. And now Cass will read We Are Prophets of a Future Not Our Own by Bishop Unterer. Did you leave a copy of that here?
I gave it to you.
Thank you.
This is by Bishop Ken Unterer. It was written not long before the death of Archbishop Oscar Romero in honor of the many workers who were killed in their struggle for justice for people living in poverty. It helps now and then to step back and take the long view. The kingdom is not only beyond our efforts, it is beyond our vision. We accomplish in our lifetime only a tiny fraction of the magnificent that is God's work. Nothing we do is complete. It is another way of saying that the kingdom always lies beyond us. No statement says all that could be said. No prayer fully expresses our faith. No confession. No program is the church's mission. No set and objectives include everything. This is what we are about. We plant seeds and they will grow. We water seeds already planted, knowing that they hold the future promise. We lay foundations that will need further. We provide a yeast that produces effects beyond our capabilities. We cannot do everything, and there is a sense of liberation in realizing that. This enables us to do something and to do it very well. It may be incomplete, but it is a beginning, a step along the way, an opportunity race to best. We may never see the end results, but that is the difference between the master builder and the worker. We are the workers, not master builders, ministers, not messiahs, of a future not our own.
Thanks, Cass. So we're switching things up today, and several changes to the program for a number of reasons. So you should start. Instead of, okay, if you don't have one, table. Instead of a joys and concerns at this point with a few people who get up and share what's immediate in their lives, I want to hear from all of you. I want to hear how you feel this week. If you're angry, if it's about or it's about something else entirely. If you fear for a member of your family, if you fear for them, I just want one or two sentences because I'm going to have a couple people get up and read them all when you're done. So I want you all to take a couple deep breaths. and write out your heart. They will be collected with the offering. And now it's time for our offering. If you are...
Becky, are we going to do the hymn, though I may speak with her?
We are. Please open your hymnal to number 34. And someone suggested, and when I found out, I realized that it's to the tune, "The Water is Wide," which is an old familiar one for me, so it makes it a lot easier to sing, if any of you know that one.
And I'd like to point out that we will be leading it. Mackenzie and I will be leading it, but we're going to sing it in the key of F, not G. So if any of you are following the hymnal and following those notes and be forewarned. And if you are following the harmony and wish to be aware, I will not be playing those chords. With brave, bravest heart, to all inspire, not love, my words are vain as sounding brass, and endless gain, though I may give all I profess, and striving so my love profess, but not be given my love within. The prophets turn strangely thin. Dear, come, our hearts control, our spirits long
in the last 24 hours, so it's like, so if Charlotte and Sam and Mara would come up and take the offering, please put any along with your index cards in the offering plate. Yeah, we might not. If you're a visitor today, your presence is a gift to us. Don't feel that you need to contribute, except the index. And now is the time for the story for all ages. Adults in the fellowship voted to have projected on the so that we old people could actually see the text. As that has happened, fewer kids have been coming up. So I know a part of it for me is seeing all the beautiful faces of the kids. So I'm going to ask our kids to and just sit wherever you're comfortable and watch. Worcester. I want you all up here because we'd love just knowing you're here. Okay, Sam. Well, we can't see all of them. And I'm going to run the projector.
Good morning. Kimberly, the Minister of Religious Education here at First Church. The story I have for you today is called Tear Water Tea, and it's by Arnold Lobel. I took the kettle out of the cupboard. Tonight I will make water tea. And he put the kettle on his lap. Now, said the owl, I will begin. The owl sat very still, and he began to think of things that were sad. Chairs with broken legs. Good morning. Carlson, and I am the Minister of Religious Education here at First Church. The story I have for you today is called Tear Water Tea, and it's by Arnold Lobel. Owl took the kettle out of the cupboard. Tonight I will make tear water tea, he said, and he put the kettle on his lap. Now, Owl, I will begin. Owl sat very still. He began to think of things that were sad. Chairs with legs, said Owl, and his eyes began to water. Songs that cannot be sung because the words have been forgotten.
began to water. Cannot be sung, said Owl, because they have been forgotten. Owl began to cry. Tear had fallen behind the and are never seen again, said Owl. More tears dropped down into the kettle. Books that cannot be read, said Owl, because some have been torn out. Clocks that have stopped, said Owl, with no one near them up. Owl was crying. Many large tears dropped into the kettle. Mornings nobody saw because everyone was sleeping, sobbed Owl. Mashed potatoes left on the plate, he cried, because no one wanted to eat them, and pencils that are too short to use. Owl thought about many other sad things. And cried. Soon the kettle was all filled up with tears. Well, that does it. Owl stopped crying. He put the kettle on the stove to boil for tea. Owl felt as he filled his cup. It tastes a little bit salty, he said, but butter tea is always very good. Thanks, you guys. Now we'll sing you out to R.E. with Christina.
It's salty because it comes from your nose.
You got it. Yeah. And now Georgia and Agnes, who have collected the index cards, heard reading.
Perplexed at who as Americans and what we want, fear for democracy and our freedoms.
Please come closer up to the microphone.
I experienced deep grief, compromised futures. Of our marginalized people and immigrants. I dread the daily chaos, heartbreak that the new leader.
Uncertainty for our future, compassion for those in fear, curiosity for those who are so unheard and unseen, still.
I feel joyful that I know I can survive what is coming through community. Those who are isolated and suffering alone.
I don't know the exclamation point. I am annoyed and my head is filled with scenarios because of the election.
My joy is that on Monday I get to play the snare drum at school.
I'm feeling uncertainty. I have much energy.
I am happy. My child is happy and healthy.
He is a dictator. How will we survive it?
Blown away and unwilling to let anyone take away love and replace it with fear.
Sadness, some fear, many doubts.
This one's mine. I feel devastated and terrified. I'm so angry that someone began by stoking fear one again for years, especially gender clients.
Despite the turmoil, I am happy to have joy in my Montana family.
I'm in disbelief. I'm angry. I'm scared for my trans child. I'm unable to meet discussions of fixing things yet. I just feel I need to be angry for a while first. Trying not to start fights with people I love by disagreeing. Practicing avoidance.
Worried, sad, shocked, tired of needing to continue to battle. We will all survive by lifting us all up and call out and support.
So many concerns. I cry for our planet, waters, air, its life. All humanity, all critters rely on a healthy planet.
Frustrated that we can't have competent leaders. Want to pay attention to turn inward.
Anxious. Look back at how quickly things can be bad for a society that gives power to such a man. I have hope we won't fall apart.
My joy is that Trump cannot run.
Well, I am sad and angry, and part of me doesn't understand. I also know that we are all trying to do our best. Stronger.
I am in so much grief and pain for a 16-year-old man and son who committed suicide Tuesday night.
Depressed and puzzled by the
Sad, offensive, seeking, alive and ready.
of emotions, all negative, a strong feeling of resistance.
I feel happy, I feel sad and unhappy with my something. I can't read it.
I felt gut punched. Results. Now I'm resigned, willing to be compassionate in my community.
3 things. Resolve to be thankful. This too will pass. Hold on.
I feel angry and afraid. Safe. I know hope somewhere, but I can't see her at the moment.
Don't let what you can't fear what you can do.
I am most worried, concerned about the environment, nature, and wildlife, and how it will be abused.
I am concerned about the economic, geopolitical effects of a second Trump term.
I fear for the people I love. They're people I don't even know. I'm trying not to feel despondent.
One of the most of my life, and from results, general conflict, and
my country set. I'm not sure. Such as it is, something.
excited my grandma is here, and my birthday is in 10 days.
Shocked. Enjoying son's visit, I am dropping out, avoiding news and politics. Choose to live in a cocoon of sweet oblivion, maybe?
Still questioning how the election turned out, concerned for our country's direction, and 2, determined to help bring us back to civility. Bring on the think tanks.
I'm terrified.
I'm grateful to be connected to loving family and friends, to choose love, hope, acceptance, and gratitude for myself.
Anger, sadness, reconciliation, and acceptance. Life goes on.
Determined to not give in to hate. Seize the opportunity to rebuild and recreate.
Numb, delayed shock, anxious for our children.
I feel betrayed by people I thought I knew.
Fear for our country, for our Constitution, for our way of life. Hope our military remembers their oath is to the Constitution, not a man.
Hanging in there.
I'm more encouraged to use my voice to speak out against fascism. I feel overwhelmed and scared, also hope. And we move forward. Something to the youth with our support. Oh wait.
I'm finding it hard also. I'm glad we will now attend to a quieter hours of all our population and country. And perhaps then parties will listen and regroup. We move forward, having something to do with the youth and with our support.
And now Judy will lead us in the song Breathing Peace. I passed out some of her copies of the lyrics.
And Mackenzie will help too, and I've invited some of the members from the Montana Women's Chorus to come, so help us lead this today. It's a round, so Mackenzie, if you'll stand on that side over there, and any chorus members who wish to sing that part with her and lead that side of the fellowship, great. And then anyone who wishes to sing this part of the round, come up here and face them. Thank you, Cassandra. Come on, Jim. There's Linda. Here comes Janice. Fragments of the old Montana Women's Chorus. So please sing it together with us once, and then Mackenzie, why don't you start this, when we do it a second time, you start, and then our side will start the first part after when they start the second part. Yeah? Okay? Let's see if I can remember that when it comes to it. I will sit, peace, I will hold, peace, I will walk, peace, I will talk, peace, I will think, peace, I will sing, peace, I will live, peace, I will try to breathe, peace. Breathing peace. Breathing peace. Breathing peace. Breathing peace. Okay, changed my mind, so let's sing it again all together. Because a lot of you probably don't know this, but it's a wonderful song by Harmony Grisman. I will sit, peace, I will hold, peace, I will walk, peace, I will talk, peace, I will think, peace, I will sing, peace, I will live, peace, I will try to breathe, peace. Breathing peace. Breathing peace. Breathing peace. Breathing peace. Everybody now. I will sit, peace, I will hold, peace, I will walk, peace, I will talk, peace, I will think, peace, I will sing, peace, I will live, peace, I will try to breathe, peace. So this side, start with me. I will sit, I will hold, peace, I will walk, peace, I will talk, peace, I will think, peace, I will sing, peace, I will live, peace, I will try to breathe, peace. I will sing, I will hold, peace, I will walk, peace, I will talk, peace, I will think, I will sing, peace, I will live, peace, I will try to breathe, peace. I will sit, peace, I will hold, peace, I will walk, peace, I will talk, peace, I will sing, I will sing, peace, I will sing, peace, I will try to breathe, peace. Breathing peace. Breathing peace. Breathing peace. Breathing
I knew we'd go a little over time, so I wrote a very short message. A couple of weeks ago, I figured out something was wrong with my brain and my heart when I fell prey to my first conspiracy theory. I don't tend towards paranoia, but I do waste time exploring the various conspiracies that show up in my news feed. So when my neighbor said she'd already received her absentee ballot and I had not, and then when Bill said he'd witnessed a male person on our street, not our usual male person, out on Sunday delivering absentee ballots, and that man had been in a male person's hat, but not a full uniform. I started thinking that maybe somebody was messing with my absentee ballot. I even dreamed about it. Well, when my ballot finally did show up, my mind went over the edge. I voted for Trump. Yes, I voted for Trump. As I was filling in the circles with my little black pen, I was railing on to Bill about some of the options, and somehow my fraught mind guided my hand. Oh my God. Bill wanted to take a photo of the ballot for posterity, but I didn't think it was all that amusing, so I tore it in half and obtained a replacement down at the elections office. But I remained deeply concerned about my mental status. My busy hands and mind had been unable to distract me from the deep fear and pain in my heart. Lizard brain had taken over. UU Reverend Victoria Safford writes of a tense meeting at a UU congregation she was serving, held about 6 months after the 9/11 attacks. The struggling Social Action Committee had called the meeting as an occasion for people to share how they were feeling in the aftermath of the tragedy. But Safford said she was worried that the tender, risky work would be quickly overwhelmed by, in her words, all those noisy Unitarian Universalist opinions, all the articles they'd read, the websites they'd found, the NPR commentaries they'd heard. Thankfully, according to Reverend Safford, the circle held. Instead of getting lost in the dry sands of rhetoric, the congregants found a way to connect with each other and with something deep within themselves. As the group edged up to the shores of cynicism and despair, a member spoke. I think we need to take a minute to breathe, take some quiet time to look into our hearts, to let go of our overwhelming anger, sadness, and anxiety, and gather our strength to move forward with calm courage. Rage appeared. Sorrow flowed into the room, and then finally, silence and communion made its holy way. Quaker author Parker Palmer. Actually, I'm going to leave out the... How many people would like another 3 minutes in here? Okay. Quaker author Parker Palmer, in his 2011 book, Healing the Heart of Democracy, characterizes the politics of our time as the politics of the broken-hearted. If this was true in 2011, it's even more true in 2024. Palmer asserts that despite our sharp disagreements on the nature of the American dream, many of us on both sides of the aisle have something in common: heartbreak about the condition of our culture, our society, and our body politic. And he believes that it is shared heartbreak that can build a bridge to mutual understanding, that we can walk towards each other across the bridge of sorrow. In Palmer's book, the word heart reclaims its original meaning. Heart comes from the Latin word cor and points not merely to our emotions, but to the core of the self, the center where all of our ways of knowing converge: intellectual, emotional, sensory, intuitive, imaginative. Consider the word root cor. Cor unum in Latin means one heart. And the English words concord, harmony or agreement, discord, conflict. Courage, cor, in one of its earliest forms, means to speak one's mind by telling one's heart. If you hold knowledge of yourself and the world wholeheartedly, Your heart will be broken by loss, failure, defeat, and betrayal. According to Palmer, what happens next depends upon how our heart breaks. If it shatters into 1,000 pieces, the result may be anger, depression, and disengagement. If it breaks open into greater capacity to hold the complexities and contradictions of human experience, the result may be new hope and new connection. As Susan Cain puts it in her book, Bittersweet, the secret that the poets and philosophers have been trying to tell us for centuries is that our longing is the great gateway to belonging. If we could honor sadness a little more, rather than forcing smiles or engaging in righteous outrage, we might find the bridge that we need to connect with one another. We'll remember that no matter how distasteful we find someone's opinions, no matter how radiant or fierce that person may appear, they have suffered. On a personal level, when I finally allow myself to share my tears with a friend is often when I experience the most connection. Abraham Lincoln understood brokenheartedness. Joshua Wolf Shank, the founder of the Moth Radio Hour and author of the book Lincoln's Melancholy, writes, "From Lincoln's early letters lamenting the peculiar misfortune of his depressive temperament to the poetry he wrote on suicide and madness, Lincoln's life was a search for the meaning behind his affliction, meaning that might ennoble it. Lincoln urged his country people to accept their blessings and their burdens, to see that their suffering had meaning, and to join him on a journey towards a more perfect union. To recognize that even the smallest, most unheroic acts would add to the store of kindling that might be ignited by surprising circumstance into tumultuous change. As journalist Carlos Lozada wrote this past week, our work is knowing that who we are is decided not only on election day, whether 2016, 2020, or 2024, but every day. Every day that we strive to open our broken hearts and reach out to other suffering humans. I'll leave you with a short exchange from Tolkien's The Two Towers. Tolkien was brokenhearted in the 30s and 40s by the racist threat in Europe and his own losses in World War II. His Lord of the Rings trilogy describes the battle between the forces of good and evil. The good side is represented by an alliance of various races with diverse customs and interests. The collaboration of elves, dwarves, humans, and hobbits in pursuit of the common goal of saving the world stands today as a vision of the global connection that we need if our planet is to survive. I'm going to do both voices. Frodo, I can't do this, Sam. I can't do this. Sam, I know it's all wrong. By rights, we shouldn't even be here, but we are. It's like in the great stories, Mr. Frodo, the ones that really mattered, full of darkness and danger they were. And sometimes you didn't want to know the end, because how could the end be happy? How could the world go back to the way it was when so much bad had happened? But in the end, it's only a passing thing, this shadow. Even darkness must pass. A new day will come. And when the sun shines, it will shine out the clearer. Those were the stories that stayed with us, that meant something, even if you were too small to understand why. But I think, Mr. Frodo, I do understand. I know now. Folk in those stories had lots of chances of turning back, only they didn't, because they were holding on to something. Frodo, what are we holding on to, Sam? That there's some good in this world, Mr. Frodo, and it's worth fighting for. Indeed, there is some good in this world, an abundance of good, and it is in you, and you are in it. And now Judy and Mackenzie will sing I Am Willing by Holly Near, and we can meditate as they sing.
And I am willing to be hopeless, would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. There is hurting in my family. There is sorrow in my town. There is panic in the nation. There is wailing the whole world round. But I am open and I am willing to be hopeless, would seem so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. There is hurting in my family. There is sorrow in my town. There is panic in the nation. There is wailing the whole world round. May the children see more clearly. May the elders be more wise. May the winds of change caress us, even though it burns our eyes. 'Cause I am open
I am open.
and I am willing
I am
to go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. Give me a mighty oak to hold my confusion. Give me a desert to hold my fears. Give me a sunset to hold my wonder. Give me an ocean to hold my tears. Sing it with us now. 'Cause I am open and I am willing, and I am willing to be hopeless. To be hopeless would seem so strange, would seem so strange, so strange. It dishonors those who go before us. So lift me up to the light of change. Lift me up to the light of change.
That was amazing. Thank you, Mackenzie and Judy. What a gift. This is by Venice Williams. Here's how we get through the next 4 years. You are awakening to the same country you fell asleep to, the very same country. Pull yourself together. And when you see me, do not ask me, what do we do now? How do we get through the next 4 years? Some of my ancestors dealt with at least 400 years of this under worse conditions. Continue to do the good work. Continue to build bridges, not walls. Continue to lead with compassion. Continue the demanding work of liberation for all. Continue to dismantle broken systems, large and small. Continue to set the best example for our children. Continue to be a vessel of nourishing joy. Continue right where you are, right where you live your days. Do so in the name of the Creator, who expects nothing less of us. And if you are not continuing all of the above in community, partnership, and collaboration, what is it that you have been doing? What is it that you're waiting for? And now I'm going to extinguish the chalice as we read together our usual extinguishing. We extinguish this flame, but not